Hi, everybody. How's it going? I want to talk about unhealthy relationships, and one thing you have to consider when and if you decide to break free and get healthy. Now, I don't believe there's a perfect family out there, and I think some are more dysfunctional than others. But if you, like me, were raised in a home that included alcohol, and my dad was an alcoholic to the point where he was ended up in being locked in a rehab facility, then in a nursing home, and so on and so forth. It's let's just say it was a mess. And so when I joined the military and we were living on Fort Lewis, I decided to start going to Al-Anon. And through Al-Anon, I learned how to say no and set healthy boundaries, and I learned a new way. Eventually, I came home and I said, I can't take care of Dad. Dad is Dad's responsibility, and that's just the way it was. And when I realized I had been apart from my family and I had worked on myself and been rewired and this and that, I realized I was a puzzle piece that did not fit. My thoughts and ideas were kind of in the left field and they were in the right field, and I no longer felt comfortable being a part of chaos and drama. It's kind of like if you're a religious person or you were raised Catholic the way I was, and when I left for the military, I met one of my NCOs invited me to church, and I started to go to a non-denominational Bible-believing church, and I became a born-again Christian and this and that. And then when I would go home and sit with my maternal grandmother, we had different ideas about church and the Bible and relationship with Jesus Christ. And she prayed the rosary and would go to confession even though she was 80 years old, and she had wings, so she didn't really need to go to confession. I don't know what she went to confession more for. Maybe it was because she had sugar during the week and not just on Sundays like she said. But you become this irregularly shaped puzzle piece that once fit in your family, and now you don't. And you realize that unless you go back to the way you were, you are never going to fit in again. And so when it came to my family, and it's not that I didn't love my family, but I realized that we were kind of writing different novels. And it was okay. And I realized the once close relationships I thought we had were kind of sort of based on the dysfunction. And then I realized sometimes when you're around people you were raised with, where you all learn the same techniques, sometimes the only way to fit in is to backslide. Become part of the drama, the chaos, the gossip, and this and that. And you realize, oh, this is our dynamic. And so I'm telling you right now, you can be around your family, but then when you go home, you're going to say, oh, we're no longer birds of a feather. We're cut from different cloth. And there's nothing wrong with that, and it's not like I'm right and they're wrong. It's just that my puzzle piece no longer fits in the family puzzle anymore. So anyways, what do? You start your life, you're busy, you do your thing, you can get together with your siblings, realize it's going to be a little bit chaos for a while, and you have to decompress and sometimes rewire, but sometimes you move on and you just spend less and less time together, and that's okay. That's just the way it is. So anyways, that's all I wanted to say, and I will talk with you all soon. Bye-bye.